Woo-wee, that is a lot of snow we got on that deck. I mean, not as much as they said, but still a lot of snow coming down, certainly enough to keep the kids home from school and to keep the wife home from work. Coming to you from snowy Connecticut, it is your bearded leader, Michael Whitehouse, leader of the great Discovery ConCardian Team. And as always, I remind you that all views expressed in these videos and podcasts are my own and do not reflect necessarily the views of the Great Discovery or any of its owners or employees or etc. But I wanted to share with you the snow because this is actually our first snow day that we've had all winter. This is the second winter in a row that it hasn't snowed really since until February. It snowed a little bit in December. And I was thinking about that, plus a motivational video I was watching, got me thinking that people respond to snow differently. Some people say, oh, snow, I hate it. And other people have been praying all winter for snow. Oh, I can't wait for the snow. I hope there's snow. I hope there's enough snow. I hope I can go sledding or build a snowman, or I want to sit inside and drink hot cocoa. It's the same snow. The same people are sitting inside looking out the window saying, oh my God, this is the worst. Are seeing the same snow as the people are saying, ooh, snow, snow. And let's take that a step further. Let's go a step bigger. We're a little philosophical today. That you are all in different places. Some people on this team are already multimillionaires living at resorts. Other people, you're not sure, how you're going to pay back the $613 you borrowed from someone to get signed up. You're all in different places. But wherever you are, whether you are in a very fortunate position or what you think is a very challenging position, I guarantee you there is someone in the world who would trade places with you in a second. There is someone lying in a hospital bed who would gladly trade places with you, who are alive and healthy and likely to stay that way for a number of years, no matter how challenged, how broke, how bad your relationships, how bad your health even. Someone would trade for that. Someone is wishing and begging God to give them exactly what you have. And you always need to maintain that perspective and realize how much you have, even if you don't think you have very much. If you're listening to this, you're presumably on my team. Or maybe you want to be on my team, someone shared it with you, I don't know. But if you're listening, you're probably on my team, which means you've got a number of things over and above being able to see if you're watching me, hear if you're listening, have access to the internet, live in a time when the internet connects us all to the world, and have opportunities. You're connected with the Great Discovery. Now, I'm not going to do the typical thing, but like, you are lucky, of all the people in the world, the Great Discovery is going to change your life. Could it? Yes. Yes, it certainly could. Maybe it is the path that will take you to success. Maybe it's just a piece of the puzzle. Maybe it's not at all. I don't know. Partly it depends on what you're trying to do, and partly depends on how you use it and how you put it to work. But almost all of you are business owners. So the Great Discovery is a part of a mosaic, a part of a picture. You've got the Great Discovery, you've got some of your main products, your clients, your revenue streams, everything you've got there. And having that puts you ahead of probably most business owners. Even if you're just starting, even if you're just piecing it together, there's still probably thousands of business owners who would trade places with you in a second. Always have that attitude of gratitude. It's not simply a matter of, I want to be grateful for everything I have. It's a matter of, if you don't appreciate what you have, even getting away from the metaphysics of it, even getting away from does that attract or repel the energy of prosperity, whether or not you believe in that, however you perceive that, having gratitude for things activates your subconscious, your reticular activating system. And if you say, I am so glad and grateful that I'm healthy. I'm so glad and grateful that I have access to the internet. I'm so glad and grateful I have access to income generating opportunities of various kinds. Your mind will say, ooh, that's a good thing. I like that. If you have ice cream and you're like, I am so grateful for this ice cream. The next day, your brain's saying, that ice cream was pretty good last night. Wonder if there's more ice cream around here. Let's keep an eye out for ice cream. Same thing here. I'm so glad I found this opportunity. It's a good opportunity. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God, for sending me this opportunity. Your subconscious now saying, oh, opportunity, eh? We're getting more opportunities around like this. And then that takes that forward, and that's how you grow. On the other hand, if you're always complaining, if you're like, the work is so hard, I'm not making enough money, I hate my job, I hate my spouse, I hate my kids, I hate my house, I hate my car, then your subconscious is looking for ways out. And if you're in, out is usually destructive. If you're married and you don't like your marriage, out is a divorce. If you hate your car and you're subconsciously looking for ways out, it could be wrecking your car. It could be not maintaining your car. It could be selling your car and buying a worse car. Whatever it might be, if you're focused on that negative, you're going to seek to destroy the thing you find negative. Except often these things in our lives are actually overall positive. Everything I've done in my life over the past 10 years would not have been possible without my wife. Now, I love my wife tremendously. Do I love everything about her? There's, I'd say, maybe two things that I might change. We'll say that. And she might have 2 or 3 or 30 things she might change about me. But we both understand that all the good in our lives comes from each other. We own this house because we work together to get it. We have the cars we have. We have the awesome daughter we have. Everything came from working together. If we focused on the negative, we would have destroyed that, and none of that good would have come. When you focus on the positive, when you are grateful, which is basically all focusing on positive is, then the good comes and multiplies when you appreciate it. Now, this has been a bit more philosophical than what I usually share in terms of tactical advice or whatnot, but this is strategic advice, and it applies to the Great Discovery and to everything else. As you look at the Great Discovery, there are good sides and bad sides. There's good sides and bad sides to everything, right? Good sides, you've probably heard, you've heard me say, other people say, we're in early. There's a lot of opportunity here. We all got in as course creators at the time when we can upload unlimited content, which is pretty awesome. And if you haven't gotten your course creator pack yet, definitely do it before the launch so you can get that unlimited content. You have direct access. It's early enough that if you have an idea, you can connect with Tim or reach out to me and I'll connect with Tim for you. We can still get these ideas up there. There aren't 100,000 people on the team. There's a little over, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000. Leadership is accessible. All kinds of great things. There's also downsides to being here this early. There's some rough edges on the website. Somebody pointed out a typo on the main page. They're fixing them. They're probably going to replace that page with a better page at some point. The TGD promoter, great system, still has some bugs to work out, but it's getting there. I watch it get better every single day when I look at it. The presentations, changing. If you go to the presentation on Thursday every week, it's a different presentation. Not tremendously, but it's refining, and it's gotten better every single week. There's a lot of refinement going on, but in order to refine, that means that something was rough first. There's a lot that's rough. So you could come in and you could say, ugh, they don't have their act together, and they're not even promoting the courses yet, and I got on TGD Promoter and there was a bug and it didn't work, and I logged in and I got a 500 error on the server, or 503 error on the server, or I saw a typo, or I tried to get something explained, nobody could answer the question for me. This company is crap. You could say that. Or you could say, wow, there's a bunch of bugs here and a bunch of unrefined parts, which means they must be so early stage that I got in at the right time. I got in at the time when most people aren't in yet. I got in early enough that some of these big course creators, I could still get them onto my team, potentially. There's people in the Great Discovery who woke up one day, went to look at their back office, and found Les Brown under them in their hierarchy. Because when Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough, recruited Les Brown, he put him in, the same way we do. And if you want to understand how the hierarchy works, feel free to reach out to me. Put him in, and there's a number of people between Doc and Les who were they happened to be in the right place, right time, and boom, Les Brown is on their team. That's not going to be happening 5 years from now. But there's some challenges with that too. So, and again, as you know, I'm very careful not to be the the Great Discovery is the greatest thing in the world, because when I hear that, now I'm looking for why it's not. I want to be honest with you at all times. I want to always share with you the picture that you need to understand, the good and the bad, the wheat and the chaff, the sheep and the goats, whatever you want to call it. I want to always talk to you about the positives and the negatives, because the positives you need to appreciate and the negatives you need to anticipate. If you're going to invite someone, you say, this thing's amazing, it's perfect, everything's wonderful, it's the greatest company in the world, and then they get in for 10 seconds, and they're like, no, it's not. I found this and this and this and this and this. But if you're honest and you say, this company is amazing, the potential is incredible. The potential, a year from now, 2 years from now, this company's going to be blowing the doors off everything. Right now, they're really early stage. So some of the things are doing amazing, some of the things they're working on and will be amazing in a month or 2 months or 6 months. It's coming. And when people come in looking for that, they say, oh, this sounds awesome. This sounds great. I love where this is going. I'm huge on authenticity. I'm huge on honesty. And then focusing on what is positive. Focusing on the positive. Most of us are business owners. So you know that everything that looks amazing behind the scenes often doesn't look so amazing. There's a lot that goes into the sausage making, as they say. There's that old saying, this is the two things you never want to see made, which is sausages and laws. Companies are probably the same way. But what's behind the scenes is not always as sexy and glorious as the results tend to be. And we're in that building stage. So I encourage you to focus on what is positive, focus on the opportunity, focus on what can be and what will be and what we will build and how we will be part of it. And then also to take this other part to your life, focus on that positive. I drive a Honda Civic. I love my car. I wouldn't trade it straight up for BMW because I focus on the positive. It is reliable. It is comfortable. I've had it so long, it's like an extension of my arm when I drive it. Love it. Love that car. It's a Honda Civic. Other people with the same Honda Civic might look at that and say, oh, well, yeah, it's the car I have until I can get the car I really want. It's the car I have until I can get my Tesla. It's the car I have until I can get my Bentley. It's the car I have, and it's the car that takes me where I need to go and takes care of me very well. And I focus on that and all those positive things. Now, does that make it run better? Does that make it last longer? No, I think being a Honda makes it last longer, but maybe it does. Either way, I feel better about it. Every time I get in that car, I'm like, this is my car. I like it. I feel better every day. This is my house. My house perfect? No. But I focus on those good things, and every day I say, this is my house. Pretty nice house. Pretty nice car. Awesome wife. Great kid. Fantastic opportunities. Happier, more successful. That's what gets you. All for just focusing on those positive things. So I encourage you to do so. And I do encourage you to focus on what are the opportunities, what are the positives in the great discovery. And here's one more final thing I'm going to leave you with that's really cool. We are so early stage that there are opportunities in the great discovery in a structure that nobody knows yet. You could be that innovator. You could be the one who says, wait, what if we did this and this and plug these together? Boom! That could absolutely happen. We know what we think will work. We have theories of what's going to work based on what other companies have done, but we haven't done this yet. And that means there's the opportunity for you to find something or you to innovate something or you to try something that changes everything. And who's going to get the benefit from it first? You. Probably then your team, and then everyone else who learns from you. And we are early enough that it's not just come here, follow our recipe, do what we tell you. It really is, tell us what you know, tell us what you're seeing, tell us what you're discovering, because there's more opportunities than we even know. So I appreciate your time. This one's been a little bit longer. Hopefully you focus on the positive of this video and not the length of the video. Thank you so much. Let's keep doing awesome things together. And a reminder once again, don't forget to join me speaking, and the rest of the team down in Orlando on March 14th and 15th for Discovery Fest. Find more information about that at concardian.com/discoveryfest. Let's keep doing awesome things together.